na sisi tukiwa watu wa Kenya.
Emilio Stanley Mwai Kibaki, better known as Mwai Kibaki, was born on 15th November 1931. Kibaki was the youngest of 8 children of peasant farmers, Kibaki, Githinji and Teresia Wanjiku. Belonging to the Kikuyu tribe, which is the largest tribal group in Kenya, they lived in a village called Gatuyaini in Nyeri County. As a young man, he showered remarkable intelligence and aptitude for learning during his primary school years and was sent to attend Mangu High School, one of Kenya's best high schools. Kibaki later joined Makerere University, where he studied economics, political science and history, and here he was the chairman of the Kenya Students Association. He graduated with distinction in 1955. After a brief stint as Uganda Shell Company's assistant general manager, Mwai Kibaki received a scholarship to study at the London School of Economics. He earned a scholarship entitling him to postgraduate studies in British University. He consequently enrolled at the prestigious London School of Economics for a BSc in Public Finance, graduating with a distinction.
To manage the economy prudently in order to achieve more growth and raise the standards of living.
He went back to Makerere University in 1958, where he taught as an assistant lecturer in the economics department until 1961. In 1961, Kibaki married Lucy Muthoni, the daughter of a church minister who was then a secondary school head teacher. In early 1960, Mwai Kibaki left academia for active politics by giving up his job at Makerere and returning to Kenya to become an executive officer of Kenyan African National Union KANU. Kibaki then helped to draft Kenya's independence constitution.
Linda na kutetea katiba ya Kenya kwa mujibu wa sheria iliyowekwa. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu msaidie.
In 1963, Kibaki was elected as a member of parliament for Donholm constituency, subsequently called Bahatia, known as Makadara in Nairobi. His election was the start of a long political career. In 1963, Kibaki was appointed the permanent secretary of the Treasury, appointed assistant minister of finance and chairman of the Economic Planning Commission in 1963. He was then promoted to Minister of Commerce and Industry in 1966. In 1969, he became Minister of Finance and Economic Planning, where he served until 1982. He was then re-elected Member of Parliament for Othaya in the subsequent elections of 1979, 1983, 1988, 1992, 1997, 2000 and 2007. Gaining valuable experience and establishing a good reputation and record for himself during these early years in politics and government, Mwai Kibaki was appointed Vice President under Daniel Arap Moi in 1978, when he rose to the presidency upon the death of Kenyatta. In Moi's cabinet, Kibaki was initially entrusted with a finance portfolio. As Minister of Finance, he introduced measures and changes that brought a degree of prosperity to Kenya. In 1982, he was given the portfolio of Home Affairs. Moi's style of government became increasingly autocratic, and he amended the constitution to make KANU the only legitimate political party assuming all the power. Kibaki fell out of favor with President Moi in March 1988 and was dropped as vice president and moved to the Ministry of Health. It was therefore with great surprise that the country received the news of Kibaki's resignation from government and leaving KANU on Christmas Day in December 1991. Kibaki founded the Democratic Party and entered the presidential race in the upcoming multi-party elections of Kibaki, came third in the subsequent presidential elections in 1992. In January 1998, Kibaki became the leader of the official opposition, with the Democratic Party being the official opposition party in parliament. With this upheaval in the background of several different ethnic groups seeking representation, Kibaki formed the National Rainbow Coalition, NAC, and in 2002, Kibaki became president after NAC gained momentum and several politicians defected from KANU, and Kenya was restless for change and freedom from Moi.
Mimi, Mwai Kibaki, naapa kwamba nitatenda kazi zangu za urais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya.
On 27th December 2002, Kibaki won a landslide victory over KANU, with Kibaki getting 62% of the votes in the presidential elections against only 31% of the KANU candidate to Uhuru Kenyatta presidency. 29th December 2002, Mwai Kibaki was sworn in as the third president and commander-in-chief of the Armed Forces of the Republic of Kenya. On 26 January 2007, President Kibaki declared his intention of running for re-election. In the 2007 presidential election, the election was held on 27 December 2007. Kibaki won and was sworn in. Kibaki was sworn in at the grounds of State House, Nairobi, for his second term. Kenya's economy in the Kibaki years experienced a major turnaround. Development was resumed in all areas of the country. Many sectors of the economy recovered. The telecommunications sector boomed. Rebuilding, modernization, and expansion of infrastructure began in earnest, with several ambitious infrastructure and other projects. In 2013, President Kibaki handed over the Kenyan presidency to his successor, Uhuru Kenyatta, on 9th April 2013 at a public inauguration ceremony held at Kenya's largest stadium. The handover marked the end of his presidency and his 50 years of public service. Today, Friday, April 22, 2022, the former president of Kenya, Mwai Kibaki, passed away at the age of 90. His death was announced by President Uhuru Kenyatta during an address to the nation at State House, Nairobi.